Over to the Q&A session, and thank you for hanging on with me there. I hope you have enjoyed the workshop. I would like to say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, because it depends where you are in the world. We have people from all corners of the world sometimes watching my workshop, and I'd like to thank you for being here, for watching it. I really hope that what I have provided you is great information that you can just take it and use it right now in your practice to get results. So we're going to start now our Q&A session, and right underneath this video you should be seeing a white rectangle, and I'm going to ask you to type your question and then submit it to me. It will come up on my screen over here, and I'm going to be reading it and then answering it. And please feel free to ask whatever you want. You can ask about marketing, obviously. If you have specific concerns or something that you need help with your practice, please feel free to ask. And obviously, if you have questions about the course and you have questions about the consulting or the advisory service, feel free to ask. Really, whatever you like. So I'm going to start now looking at the questions here. And I have a few coming up. The first one is, it's saying, I'm thinking of starting my own practice. I now work in a hospital, and at this moment, I don't have any people invested in my plan. Should I not do these things first before applying for your academy? Several questions. If the academy does not fit in my time schedule properly, can it be postponed to a later date? How often do you start a new course within the academy? So let's go one step at a time. The first part is, okay, so sounds like you are starting a practice and you now work in a hospital and you're debating, should I do the course now or should I put everything together and then take the course? Well, this is a little bit of the chicken and the egg answer, and my thought process on that is this. I think it's better for you to first get the knowledge and the structure that you're going to need to implement in your practice than to start your practice and then go fixing a bunch of things that did not start right. And why do I say that? Because I had several clients in that situation where they had already started. Some of them were established for several years, and then we have to go about fixing it. And as you probably know, it's harder to fix things than it is to just start the right way. So my suggestion is that you do the course first before you start putting the pieces together. The other point is that I give you a lot of information in the course. As you saw through the modules, we don't only talk about advertisement, that is, or a website. Now, the website, for instance, is just one little tool, one piece. But I talk to you about your waiting room, your secretary, and I had, for instance, a client who was remodeling the whole office, and then he started taking the course, started talking to me, and I said, wow, sounds like that now I'm going to have to change a few things. So better to do that first and then go along and planning your investment and planning the structure of your new practice. And good luck. I really wish you all the best. It takes a lot of courage to start a business regardless of what it is. So congratulations on that. The other question is, if the academy does not fit in my schedule properly, can it be postponed to a later date? The content of the course is going to be there for you all the time. The only thing is you can't move faster than the course is delivered. And that is done deliberately because I don't want you, for instance, let's suppose you sign up and you're going to be all excited, and then you log on to the membership area, and then in 1 week you want to go through all the material. You're not going to be able to do that. The way that is built is that you are presented everything in chunks, so you can implement gradually what you're learning, because I don't want you to feel overwhelmed. So what I'm going to do is you have access, for instance, to the module 1 on week 1. And that, as I said, start, for instance, on a Tuesday. But let's suppose that Tuesday you can't watch the module. You can't attend it. That's not a problem. I have someone who is already enrolled in this class right now that we're starting on March 10, which, by the way, I don't have all the spots open anymore. I just have a few left. But he just emailed me today saying, hey, I had a change in my schedule. I'm not going to be able to be available on the date that you start. How I'm going to be able to access the material. So the material is available 24/7 anywhere in the world. Okay, you just need a computer or a tablet or your phone and an internet connection. But let me go back to what I was saying, because I went on a tangent here. So how about, let's suppose it's Tuesday, you can't be there, but Wednesday you can. Okay, the material is going to be there, or that whole week you can't. So then comes the following Tuesday when I'm releasing module 2, right? And that you're available. So by then you're going to be able to watch the videos and the lessons for module 1 and module 2, but you cannot move forward and go to module 3. The third week when I release module 3, then you can go to module 3, module 2, and module 1, and so forth and so on. Make sense? So you can go back and watch what was already presented or released, but you cannot advance faster than the pace of the course. Again, that was done for your own sake, so you don't feel overwhelmed and you have the possibility of implementing everything that I give to you in little chunks, so it makes total sense to you that in 6 months you have a campaign built. All right? How often do you start a new course? It's variable. Usually it's one per semester. So if you don't do this one, the next one may be just after the summer here in the US, or after June or July. It varies. I also attend the Brazilian market that speaks a different language. So I have currently right now a similar course going on in a different language. So I have to attend both classes, and it makes difficult for me to keep offering all the time. And the other thing too is that I want more people to be together, so we have the discussion, you have the time to implement it. Oh, and by the way, going back to the question about the schedule, the only thing that you're not going to be able to attend live if you are not available is the Q&A session, because they are really live. We go on the telephone, on a teleconference, and I answer all your questions live. Like, for instance, you may be going through module 1 when we're designing your plan, and you say, Fernando, I understood the lesson, all the videos, but I have a question about this specific goal that you set for us to set up in terms of marketing, and you have a question for me. Or we're talking about how you're going to build your campaign, your ad per se. Let's suppose you want to do a Facebook ad. So you can come on the teleconference and say, Fernando, this is what I wrote based on what you told me. Is this good? Is this not good? How can I tweak it? And for that, you need to be live participating. Now, what if you cannot make it? Then what you do is you send the question that you have to me via email, and then you need to send it before the scheduled time and date for the conference. But then during the teleconference, I will have, for instance, a question from Jonathan. And I say, hey, Jonathan is asking this question, so I'm going to answer. He couldn't be here live, but he sent the email, and this is Jonathan's question. This is Jonathan's answer to his question. And then everything is recorded, is then placed on the membership portal, and you can just listen to it at your convenience. You can go to the gym and listen to it on your phone. Okay, so it's really made it so it's not a burden to you. It will take a little time. You need to dedicate a little bit of time to this so you can get results, but it shouldn't be a burden. It's something that you can do easily without feeling overwhelmed. All right, I hope I have answered all your questions. If I have not, Alexander, please feel free to ask. Again, just send me an email. Let me see if I have another one. Great workshop. Thank you very much. Thank you. This is Charles. Thank you. And oh, he's saying I have already signed up. Excellent. Thank you very much. Welcome aboard. Another question here. Let me see if I have anything else. I'm working on like 2 different screens, okay? So bear with me for a second, and I'm gonna get this going here. I accidentally closed one of the screens here for the questions. All right, here we go, back again. We're dealing with the technology, you know. Okay, I missed the first part of the webinar. How can I watch it again? I usually do not offer replays. It's extremely rare for a bunch of different reasons. I have, I think, another session tomorrow, and then I shut down. I probably won't be doing this for a while. So you can register for the next one. If you absolutely couldn't watch the whole thing and you want to watch it again, shoot me an email. If I'm presenting a replay, I'll be sending that to you. Let me see if I have any other questions. Looking here. Congratulations on the workshop, Fernando. This is Mary. And thank you, Mary. I really appreciate it. I really am going to use a lot what you have presented here. Excellent. That's exactly why I do this. So, you know, instead of me just coming here and giving you a bunch of fluff, that's what usually people do, right? Trying to sell you something. I want to give you something so you can, as I said at the beginning, so that your time is really worth it. Okay, a question. During my consultation, can I make comments about my qualifications, like years of practice and how specialized I am, the challenges that I had, without coming across as arrogant? Absolutely, you can. Not only you can, but you should. You know, people think that usually they need to have this, oh, I'm a professional, so I need to be very stiff, and they can't know that I had difficulties and this and that. No. That's life, right? We all have our challenges. We all go through a lot in life, and that's what makes us unique. And when you bring that up during your consultation, that is going to help you connect with that patient. And that connection, remember I talk about the emotional side of your message? That's it. You're going to connect emotionally with that patient, and that's going to pretty much help you, how would I say, sell yourself. And I'm saying that in a very positive way. The connection is what's going to help that potential patient create the bond with you, get the confidence, move across the buying spectrum, and then choose you. That's pretty much it. And as far as your qualifications, all your titles and things like that, it's important if you mention that you mention in a way that you're going to help the potential patient understand what it means. What do I mean? Let's suppose that you say, well, I went to school at, I don't know, I'm just going to use US names, okay, because that's where I am. I went to school at Texas Hospital, just making up a name. And okay, what does it mean, right? What's the difference of going to, for instance, in my case, I'm a heart surgeon, right? To Texas Heart University or Texas Heart Medical Center, or going to where I trained at Loyola University. Does it make any difference to the patient? How about you? If you're not a heart surgeon, do you know the difference between one place or the other? Is there a difference? Right? So when you mention that, mention to the patient in a way that will help you emphasize why that is important. So you can say, you know what, I trained at Loyola University, which is the #1 program in the city of Chicago, actually in the whole state of Illinois. And we train patients from everywhere. And the reason why I mentioned this to you, Mrs. Smith, is because it gave me a lot of experience and a lot of confidence in doing cases like yours. So I'm very comfortable doing your case right now, and I hope that you have noticed that based on all the conversation that we just had. Does it make sense? So great question, Mary, and yeah, absolutely do that. You can use those qualifications in your favor without being cocky or arrogant. Okay. All right. Is it important to celebrate uh, our clinic anniversary? And what do you think about Botox Day? That's Arthur asking that. Well, that's two questions in one, but let me answer that in a simplified way. The short version answer is yes, provided that you use that appropriately. Doing events in your office or your clinic can be extremely helpful, not only in quote unquote selling your services and getting more patients immediately, but also building that relationship. Because a lot of times the patient will come to your office. Let's suppose you're doing a Botox day, right? And they come to your office, and then they may not be really interested in doing the Botox, but they come to a friend who is doing like a second application or even the first one, and then has a bunch of questions, get to know you, and excuse me, and then you'll be able to build that relationship. So yes, now, it's important that you build the structure around that event properly, all right, without coming across as cheap or just, oh, I'm just going to slash the prices in half. The minute that you focus on price only, you then become a commodity. What's a commodity? It's like the soap that you buy at the grocery store, right? They're all the same. It's just a matter of, okay, why are you going to buy a no, brand A versus brand B if they all wash your clothes the same way, right? So it's a commodity. Sometimes just the price comes into place. And when you go about just working on price and reducing your prices, you're in a losing battle. Why? Because someone can always offer something cheaper than you. Always. Doesn't matter. They may even lose money, right? Just to capture that patient and not let you have it. So just make sure you structure that properly. All right. Carlos is asking, if someone doesn't have experience in marketing and already has a practice going on, can he or she, after the course, implement a strategy successfully? Or do we always going to have some sort of follow-up with a marketing specialist? That's a great question, Carlos. And here's what I'm going to tell you. My goal, that's not the goal of everybody out there. Let me tell you this. My goal, it's not for you to have an umbilical cord attached to me that every single step that you need to take, you need to get in touch with me. Okay? My goal is that I give you the tools so you can walk with your own legs. So you will become a marketing specialist yourself if you go through all of this. And then don't forget, you also have 2 one-hour consultations with me after the course. Then if you do that, you're going to know a lot about marketing. A lot. We really dive deep into all the concepts so you can implement it properly. My goal is for you to have success, and then after that, you do the 2 consultations with me, and if you need more, if you want to then expand, do something even more advanced, obviously you can do that. But my goal is not to have you, attached to me and be dependent on me forever. That's really not what I want to do. Once you got success, mission accomplished, we'll move on. Okay? Let me see. Okay. Leandro is asking, I am moving to another town. How do I do to be seen in the local market? That's excellent and goes along with the first question that was asked for someone who is opening a new practice, right? When you're opening something new, you want to open with a splash. You want to open exactly the right way, because you don't want to say, oh, no, you open it and you're not really fully operational, and that's all it takes for you to take years to recover from that. Okay, so by using what I teach you during the course, you're going to be able to create that structure and open your new practice the right way. All right, let me see if we have any other questions here. If you have a question, please type it underneath the video and hit submit, and it will come up to me right over here. Congratulations once again, and thank you very much. Oh, you're very welcome. Let me see if we have any other questions that I have not answered. Okay, in the part of the video, Julio is asking, in the part of the video when you explain I think what I'm going to summarize it here. I think what you're referring to is the buying spectrum. How do I accelerate the decision of the client or patient to decide to move forward? Now, when I put the square that it was 3% of the people who are ready to buy, well, there's a couple of things that you can do. The first thing you need to understand that those who are not absolutely ready to buy, that's why we're going to create this whole structure to move them forward. You may be able to accelerate that process. A lot of times you can, but sometimes you can't. You don't want to force it. But by making the constant follow-up, remember I said the money is in the follow-up. It's not when person shows up for the first time. Okay, I'll give you an example. Most of my customers who either buy my course or become a consulting client, they've known me for at least a couple of years. They saw me speaking somewhere, actually more than once. They've been watching my videos, so that thing is just simmering, right? And it's the same thing with the patient. That's why marketing is a constant effort. It's not a one-shot deal. Remember I said, right? The idea is just to make the customer raise their hands. You don't want them to say, oh, buy now, buy my stuff now. Hey, why did you sign up now? Do you want to schedule your surgery now? How come you didn't schedule for the surgery now? By the way, here's the email. Are you going to sign up for the surgery now or for your treatment? Right? That's annoying. The patient is just going to say, no, this guy's annoying. I'm out of here. But if you're providing good information in a gradual, elegant way, then you'll be able to accelerate that. Why? Because every piece of information that you're going to offer should have some sort of call to action that will pretty much be telling that a potential patient, hey, do you want to schedule a consultation? Do you want to come in for treatment? Or how about we discuss a little more about your surgery? Get in touch with us or something like that. Okay, but that is just one little piece. The call to action is one piece. There's a lot more that we just talked about during the workshop that you need to implement. Okie dokie. Let me see what else. Fantastic, Fernando. I really enjoyed the workshop. Very good. Thank you. I thank you. This is Andrea saying there. Thank you very much. All right. Very good. Johnny is saying, congratulations on the workshop. I'd like to get my stuff together, so to speak, for both the Medical Marketing Academy and the advisory program. So what he's pretty much saying, I'm not ready right now. I'm going to get prepared for that, and then I'll come back to you. Isn't that what I just said? Right? Someone is here watching this, is just not ready now. That's not a problem. Now what I'm going to do? Hammer all over his head? No, buy now, buy now, buy now. No, I'm here. I'm not going to go anywhere. But, okay, the sooner people take action, the sooner they can implement it. But he's not ready right now. That's fine. So he's in the buying spectrum. I'm just going to give him some time. All right? Let me see if I have any other questions here. Going over a couple of screens. Very good. I'm not seeing any other questions. If you do have any other questions, please, it's going to be your last chance to ask. I am, otherwise, I'm going to be signing off here. It was actually a great discussion. Thank you very much for coming. I'm just going to give a few more seconds here, see if anyone else is interested in asking another question. And if not, will be shutting down for the day. And once again, I'd like to first congratulate you on coming and attending this webinar. And please go ahead, implement what you learned. Don't just think, oh, that was interesting. No, remember, education without application is entertainment. All right? Very good. I don't see any other questions right now. One last look here. Let me refresh the screen, make sure I don't have anything else, anyone that I left behind, and doesn't seem to be the case. All right. So once again, thank you for coming, and I hope to see you soon. I hope you took advantage of the course that you signed up. I can guarantee you you're going to like it. Okay, remember, it comes with the 2 consultations. That's pretty much what my consulting clients pay me, no, the $2,500 to have the 2 consultations you're having for free. So that's pretty much totally free for you, included in the course, and you are free to take a test drive of the course. You have 30 days after we start. If you don't like it, say, Fernando, thank you very much. I did not like it, didn't work for me, and I'll be more than happy to return your money. All right? Although, historically, I'll tell you, I have never had anyone ask for a refund. All right? And I'm touch wood here, and I do it from the heart. I really love the subject, and I hope will make a difference in your life, in your practice, in what you do to help people out there. All right? Take care. Thank you very, very much for coming, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.